Alright, now we're going to take a look at the drawer settings and drawer holes and drawer spacings. It's probably one of the more complicated settings to use and to get set. But once we understand it, it's really not that hard. It's just understanding what's needed. So I've entered in a drawer base with a total number of 4 drawers to it. So I'm going to calculate and nest this so we can get a sense of what it looks like now. So we have a set of 4 holes going across and a set of holes on the back side. What we're going to take a look at is how did it decide where to place this back hole, and how did it determine where to place these other 3 holes, or even this top hole. Where is it getting its placements from? So we're going to take a look at that by right-clicking our entered cabinet and selecting Change Cabinets, then Drawer Hole Settings. So we have our basic settings here of the hole depth, just the same as shelf settings and the hinge settings, what the diameter of that hole is going to be, how far the first hole is going to be inset from the front edge of the cabinet back, the reveal on the top drawer. I have a drawing that I'll bring up and show for that, and the reveal between drawer fronts. So what that means is the reveal for the top. This is a side view of that cabinet. That top reveal is this distance from the top edge of this cabinet to the top of this drawer front, and the between drawers is this spacing right here. So that is set to be 1/8 of an inch by default. So the reveal is 1/8 inch, and top holes, and this single drawer less than 21 inches. What that means is, if you're using this to calculate how many doors or drawers, if we're having them be calculated in with the nest, this helps us determine how many drawer faces to calculate. So by default, it will automatically calculate 2 drawer fronts for any cabinet that is wider than 21 inches. The brand of the drawer slide is needed to know where to place the back row of holes. This row of holes in the back side right here. So in this case, I have the Mepla brand selected. There's a couple other brands that you could select that are in here by default. You could add your own brand, and I'll bring this up and bring down the Mepla one here that we're using here. Got a total, there's obviously more than 4 different sets or lengths, but I'm only using the 4. So what we have entered in here is it is from the shortest length drawer or depth drawer to the biggest. The column on the right side is the actual width or length of the slide. So in this case it's 13.7795. So it knows, and that's what's used to determine what side to use for that selected cabinet. Then the second row of numbers over here is used to determine where that back hole is to be placed. So on this cabinet, the 1377, the back hole is going to be placed 12.79 inches from the front edge of the cabinet back. And that is our one that was selected for our 21-inch deep drawer. It would have been this 19, because it says 19 point, that fits within that 21-inch depth, and it does take the backs into consideration as well. So it really may have used, without measuring, may have used this side as well. But I do believe this one would fit based on our backs. So that back set of holes is going to be 17.83 from the front edge of the cabinet. So from the front edge of this cabinet back is going to be that 17 inches. And those settings do have to be entered in from smallest to largest as it goes through its logic to determine where they get placed. Now to determine where they are placed height-wise is all dependent upon our size of the drawer front and our reveal spacing. So we'll first take a look at the settings for that, and we'll come back to that drawing to see how they're done. So we have a modify drawer styles. Drawer styles, we have a couple different sets in here. We have a base, a desk, and a vanity. Now the cabinet that I have entered in is for a base cabinet, or for a base. So once I have the base selected, we have a total sets of, okay, you have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 drawer base. I've entered in here for a 4 drawer base. Now when I selected 4, we get 4 boxes or text boxes that open up. This is where we enter in our drawer front heights. So for this cabinet, our first 3 drawers, our top 3 drawers, are going to be 6 and 3/16 high. So that is 6.1875, and the bottom drawer is kind of a variable just because we need a variable there. It all depends on the total height of the cabinet. So just with this in mind, we're going to take a look at our cross view again and show that I have it spaced out 3/8 down from the top with a 6 and 3/16 drawer front, 1/8 inch, another drawer front, 1/8 inch, another 3/16 drawer front, 1/8 inch, and then the bottom drawer is our our variable drawer. It depends on the total height of this cabinet based on our reveals and our top 3 or top however many drawers we've selected. So the second set of columns is the placement of the hole up from the bottom of that drawer front. So in this case we have 4 all the way down across the board. So going back to our cross section, we'll see how that applies as it's dimensioned. So the way the math works is it's going to come down 3/8 of an inch plus the height of our drawer front, then move up from that position up 4 inches and place the hole. For the next set of hole, it's going to do the same thing. 3/8 plus 6 and 3/16 plus 1/8 inch plus the next height drawer front, 6 and 3/16 to the bottom of that drawer, then move up 4 inches to, and that's where the center of that hole is going to be placed. And again, just consecutively adding up the drawer fronts with the reveals and up from that bottom that distance. So if we did set the bottom hole to be up 6 inches, that hole would not be placed right here. It would be moved 2 inches up from the top. The same thing for the other sets. If we had a 2-inch spacing right there rather than 4, on the second drawer front down, it would not be placed here. It would be placed somewhere right around here, 2 inches up from the bottom of that drawer front. And the reason for having the different styles is it might be a base cabinet, even though we have a, let's take a look at a desk and see what we have here for a 4-drawer base. So we have a top drawer of almost 5 inches, 6 and 3/16, 6 and 3/16, and a variable. So the top drawer on a desk unit is slightly smaller than what it would be on a kitchen base cabinet. You're able to add in different styles or different types to this as well by clicking Add Type, and you click Add Type. It wants to know how many drawers this type is going to be having, different styles. So if I want to add 4 different, you would just enter that in, and that's how you would add more. So if I wanted to say, just enter in my style, and then click the button to add a type. How many different drawer types am I going to have? And to make it a little quicker, I'm just going to say 2 different types. So now in this list we have how many drawers are we going to have. I just entered in 2, so that's all we have. The top drawer front I will make 10 inches. Up from the bottom of that is 3. The bottom one has to be a variable, so I'll say 6 up from there, and then I click Add or Save Changes, and that's going to be there for use the next time. I could add another type to this as well. I've only got 2, so if I want to add another set to this My Style, say a 3 drawer, I'll just click there, enter in 3, then I have to go through the same thing, 4, the 6, I'm just kind of really making up numbers at this point, and 3, and click to add save changes, and now you can see My Style has a 2 drawer and a 3 drawer listed in it. Now how does this apply to entering in a cabinet? That is done by selecting the drawer base, entering in how many drawers I want to have this space, and then selecting what style I want. Now I did add that style, and I will need to reboot or restart Cabinet Parts Pro to have it apply to this list. So for a base cabinet or even a desk cabinet, entering it in that way, add, and there is our 2 drawer base desk configuration cabinet. That is it for the drawer base or drawer settings.